What's up guys, Duarte here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and today we are going to take a look and have some overall thoughts about the Marauders and if they are as good as people say or if they are even better than people are saying, because I've seen many war results and I think people are having a lot of mixed opinions about the team. So we are going to try to clear some of those ideas behind those results. But before that, I want to say thanks to everyone who liked my last video about the X-Men against the Black Order using Beast on the main team. And I also want to say thanks to everyone who has subscribed lately and also become a member of my YouTube channel and Discord and so on. And a big shout out to the 1.2% of my viewers that are girls and watch my videos. I hope you girls like them as well, not only guys. And I want to remind once again my viewers that around 60% of you right now is at 56, so that's quite nice. So 56% of you that view my videos are still not subscribed to my channel, so I hope today is the day that you consider subscribing. And with all that out of the way, let's go into the meat and potatoes of this video. So yeah, let's take a look at a few results that I managed to gather and see what's up with them. Okay, so just before we start, I want to show you my results that I had on my last war. As you guys can see, I had 7 wins on defense. Of these 7 defensive victories, 6 were from the Marauders, 1 was from the Asgardians. And actually the funny part is that the enemy team actually stopped attacking the room I was in. And the room I was in is a very important room that gives buffs to others, other rooms, other people, I don't know. But I'm in a very important room and the other team actually stopped attacking me because of my team, of my Marauders team. And we won easily because we were able to keep that room up for a very long time. Okay, so now let's take a look at some results. Some are mine, others are from other people from my Discord channel that were kind enough to share them with me. So here we have Philippe, and he had his Marauders against Inhumans, and the Marauders lost. Now, I don't know exactly if this is the team position that he has, but the team positioning is very important on this team. I told many times in other videos, you always want to have Strife in a corner, then the Blob, then Mr. Sinister, then Emma Frost, and then Mystique. If it's not in this exact position, it's not going to work as well as it works with this position. You want to have Mystique in one corner so she can stack up the dodges. And by the way, that ability of the dodges, when Mr. Sinister spreads them, it only spreads 1 dodge and 1 dent proof and 1 deflect. We contact the customer support and they say that's a bug. He actually should share all of them, all the stacks, and they will try to fix it for the next patch. So let's see if on the next patch we have finally the special from Mr. Sinister working properly and make that team even more OP, because why not? It will be amazing to see Strife with endless dodges and endless death proofs and so on. It's just going to be amazing. But yeah, team positioning is very important. You want Strife in one corner next to the Blob. The Blob is always applying deflects to Strife. Then Strife has his shield and that makes him very, very tanky. Emma Frost giving defense up, you can imagine, right? Right. And then on the other corner we have Mystique. And Mystique is as far away as possible because we don't want her to get attacked at all. And even that she's on stealth and she can prevent some kind of chain attack or something like that, it's just not relevant enough because all other characters are super tanky thanks to the Blob, Emma Frost and Strife and so on. So yeah, we just want Mystique in a corner, stacking up all those buffs, as many as possible, especially the dodges, so then she can give them to Mr. Sinister and then he will share it with everyone else. So team positioning, very, very important for the Marauders. And of course, if you have the version with the Sabertooth, it still applies. It's not as important as this situation, as this other team with a Blob, but it's still important that you can spread those dodges. Okay, so yeah, now the situation about Philippe and about his team, we have Blackwald, and Blackwald is very, very strong, and he'll do a lot of damage. And the situation is that the amount of damage that Blackwald does, because he's Gear Tier 14, of course is going to destroy all the other characters that are not Gear Tier 14. But if you have Strife, Mystique, Blob, and Emma Frost higher at Gear Tier 14 as well, it's not going to be the same story. And that's a huge difference, because the main source of the Inhumans is Black Bolt and Crystal. So if you have really high Crystal and really high Black Bolt, it can be deceiving in terms of the results. And yeah, so in that situation, it was still a punch down. They are still punching down 40k. So I think it's a good result, because imagine they wasted your Inhumans against the Marauders. Now they don't have anyone to use against Red Skull. Many people still don't know how to use the symbiotes against Red Skull, and until Zemo comes out, many people will still struggle against Red Skull. So if you are able to waste one of these very, very good meta teams like the Inhumans against the Marauders, even if it's not a win in that specific match or in that specific fight, it's still going to be a big win in terms of the value on war. So if you have a result like this, don't be disappointed. This is a good result. If you can waste Black Orders, X-Men, and Inhumans, that's all you want. That's exactly what you want. So this might not see a good result, but this is a good result. Okay, so let's take a look at the other picture. And we have another result from Philippe, and this time he used the Extron against the Marauders. Now this is a very, very strong Marauders, as you guys can see, 500,000 almost, and he used it for 380, so that's a huge punch up. But look at his team. He has a very decent Cyclops, a very good Phoenix, and also Beast at 60k. Wow, that's actually impressive. And then Ultron. So that's a very curious decision, sacrificing the Colossus for the Ultron, but it makes sense because you have super high utility from Beast, from Psylocke, and from Cyclops. So very high damage, very high utility. Risky. It was a risky decision, but it definitely paid out because he was able to destroy this team. Now this team is with Sabretooth. Would they have the same result with the Blob? We don't know. Probably not so easily. But we'll see in the future. I can tell you right now, I'm doing some changes on my team, and hopefully it will be ready for next week. Maybe not this week, but hopefully it will be ready for next week. And then I want to see who will take down that team, because it's going to be insane. If right now on almost basic levels it got 6 wins, and you guys will see the results. So many teams, they were thrown at it pointlessly. I just want to see next week when I'm done with this team. Okay, so very good job from Felipe, amazing results. Beast, Psylocke, Cyclops, and Phoenix. It's expensive because you are wasting almost 2 teams. You have the X-Men, but you are also using Ultron that can be together with other teams to fight against other teams. And so this is like mixing 2 teams in one, but he got the result. So that's pretty good. Great job, man. Let's take a look at another one. So Power Armor against Marauders. Before Power Armor were able to fight against the Marauders. Not anymore. This is still an old version. It has the Blob, it has Shuri, and it has Strife at decent gear. So it was a nice result, not amazing, but I guess this is like from last week before Emma Frost was released. Still a very good result. Got the win. Wasted one strong team, like 300k Power Armor is not super trashy. But yeah, now with these updates, he has way better team right now. Going from power armor to Inhumans is definitely better. Okay, so now we have Commander Proven. Thank you very much for the results. And so this is the biggest problem against the Marauders right now. And it's very luck based is when you face the X-Force. The X-Force, they have such a high burst damage. It's not easy to win against them. But once again, this is the version with the Sabretooth, not the Blob. And the version with the Blob is way stronger. And as you can see, all of them are gear tier 14, while the Marauders team is not. Mystique is gear tier 13, very low actually, because doesn't seem like she has too many T4s. And Strife, 78k power, that's good, but also gear tier 13. We cannot compare these teams once again, one against each other, when we have such a high discrepancy on the gear tiers. But still, it was not a bad result. As you can see, they were pretty much done. And if Strife was a little bit stronger, or Mystique, they would probably win. Now we have power armor once again, a very, very strong Falcon. That makes sense why they win. Once again, Marauders without the Blob. It's a huge difference to have the Blob and to don't have the Blob. And yeah, so they had no chance. Like after Ironheart applies the defense down, and with such a big Falcon, it's almost impossible to win. But yeah, he still burned 400k power armor. Now we have Inhumans with Ultron. So this is a huge team. We have Black Bolt maybe at 7 red stars, or maybe 7 yellow, 6 red. So this is one of the highest Black Bolts that you can have. Karnak insanely high as well, and Crystal as well, and Yo-Yo. Like, this team is massive. And then Ultron. So once again, we are mixing two teams to defeat one. And we have once again big Marauders, but we don't have a Strife or Sabretooth at gear tier 14, and they don't have the Blob, which is once again a huge difference. But this Mr. Sinister is massive. He's probably 7 red, 7 yellow. Very massive. So we have 80k punch up from the Inhumans Tron, but once again, like Ultron, he's not 74k power. He's way higher than that, especially with all the bots and so on. So is this a good result? This is an amazing result. Now we have some more results from Taco King from my Discord server, and he's using the Blob. So let's take a look at the fights he had. So he has BKT, 350k, punching down on the Marauders, combat cancelled. Yikes. So even that they are not very well geared, they were able to win. They are on average gear tier 13. The Marauders not really, only Sinister is higher, but everyone else is really low. And this is actually a very impressive result, because we usually, with the BKT, you have really high burst damage, and you are usually able to defeat Strife and the Blob very easily. But as we can see right here, not the case. So that's a very interesting result. And then we have the Brotherhood with Venom, which is a very good combination against the Marauders with the Blob. And once again, they were able to win. So those are very impressive results, because the Marauders, they are not great against debuffs. They are not terrible, but they are not great. So seeing results like this is actually quite impressive. Okay, so now we are going to take a look at my results, and this is quite impressive. So we have X-Tron with this huge Phoenix. This Phoenix is probably 6 red star, 7 yellow, massive Colossus, massive Psylocke, and massive Cyclops, plus Ultron. So X-Tron against my team. My Blob and my Emma Frost are still quite low, and they lost. They combat cancelled. They were not able to win, and they did it once again, and it didn't work out. So this is massive results. We are taking a look at one of the best offensive teams, X-Men plus Ultron, which is a team on his own, and they were not able to win against my team. And by the way, my team right now is way better than this, so I really can't wait for next week. Okay, so these results were from last war, and as you guys can see, the Red Star King used X-Men, not Extron, X-Men against my Marauders. He used Storm. Storm can be good. I would definitely use Beast instead of Wolverine, but he used Storm, and they are okay geared, not super massive. 378k only against my 480k, so it was 100k punch up, and that's what happens. They were just able to kill the blob. And I mean, the intention was good, but it was not enough. After this, they throw 2 more X-Men teams against my team, and they were not able to do anything about it. This is from the same war. I don't know exactly what they were trying to do with the Fantastic Four, but at 300k, Fantastic Four against my 4-man Marauders, 380k, like, no chance, dude. You have no chance of winning. But it was a good try. I don't know exactly if they were trying to waste cooldowns or something like that, but it ended up with my characters at max health, which is just crazy. And then they throw another team, not BKT, but almost there, punching down on Marauders. Once again, they are used to weak strifes that cannot take any damage in the face, but with Emma Frost and with the blob, even that the blob was already dead, it stops all the super high burst damage that BKT has. So even with their big Rocket Raccoon and with their big Star-Lord, they were not able to take down my team with only 4 men. And on that same war, then the guys throw Supernatural at me. Like, what's the purpose? I don't get it. It was just to burn the cooldowns or what? I don't get it. But 250k against 380, even that is a 4-man, like, you have no chance. And then they throw a second X-Men team without Ultron, and once again they lost. They did a little bit of damage against Mr. Sinister, so I guess that's good, but at the end of the day they still lost. And then after this they throw 2 more teams against my Marauders, and then they quit. So yeah guys, those have been my results with the Marauders on Alliance Wars defense. Am I happy about that team? Of course I'm happy. It has most of the characters I like. I love Emma Frost as a character on the series. Strife, of course, the Executioner song, like, you guys need to check out that. Then Mr. Sinister, of course, also one of my favorite characters. The Blob and the Mystique. Mystique is not one of my favorites, but the other 3 are, and the Blob is just a massive meme. I'm really happy that I invested in these characters that were very underrated, and this combination of the team is just so OP. And even if one day I get tired of using them on defense, I can take them to offense because they are so strong on offense as well. So yeah guys, are the Marauders trash or are the Marauders godly on Alliance Wars defense? They are definitely godly, and I'm sad I actually didn't save the results I had from Wednesday war, because on that war they throw several Black Order teams against mine, and the only one that beat it was a 500k Black Order, and I was like, damn, this is actually very impressive. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do. You smash that like button, like the Marauders on defense. If you guys want me to check out your Alliance Wars results, you can send to me on Discord by direct message, or you can send them through email that you can find on the video description. If you found this video helpful and informative, make sure you share it with your friends on Discord, Facebook, and so on. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.